Hello, everyone. Welcome to Humanist Reacts. We are doing another metal reaction, specifically Iron Maiden. Uh, done a couple of Iron Maiden reactions, and I've really enjoyed their music. I've been wanting to get back into it, but I've been putting it off until I was able to react to it again because this is a more fun way to consume um, that that content. So that's what we're gonna do. This one was highly requested on some of my other videos, so it's what we're going with. It's a long one. This is Rime of the Ancient Mariner, um, and it is a 13-minute long song. Um, this is the 2015 remaster the uh, from their official website or from their official YouTube account. So uh, this being the studio version should be a good one to listen to. But yeah, we're in for a long video. You all probably know that I stop a lot and I talk a lot. So uh, buckle up. Without wasting any more time, here we go. Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Right away. Yes. Okay. Uh, quick lyric check in. Hear the rime of the ancient mariner. Uh, Rime spelled Rime, which that feels like a double. Um, Rhyme generally spelled in that way is refers to frost, I believe. So and did mention uh, through the snow and fog later. The albatross flying through the snow and fog. And as the albatross follows on, is the albatross the name of the ship in this case? Is that where that term of the albatross comes from? I know this is based on an old poem. Um, Maybe that's where I've never really known exactly where that term of like an albatross as a thing that weighs you down comes from. But uh, yeah, anyway, mesmerizes one of the wedding guests. Stay here and listen to the nightmares of the sea. So this is the ancient mariner, some old seaman, um, talking to somebody at a wedding and basically telling a story and catching everybody's attention. Um, driven driven south to the land of the snow and ice to a place where nobody's been. So it's maybe a trip to Antarctica. Through the snow fog flies on the albatross. Hailed in God's name, hoping good luck it brings. The albatross doesn't bring good luck though. The ship sails on back to the north. Huh. The fog and ice, the albatross follows on. All right, all right, all right. such fantastic riffs, especially when they play them together with two guitars like that. So yeah, this is where the albatross comes from. So in this case, the albatross was supposed to be an omen of good luck, but somebody killed it, and now the albatross is taking its vengeance, and that's how it becomes an omen of bad luck. Interesting. Okay, I've never read this poem. Um, that this is based on, or if I have, it was when I was in high school and I couldn't have cared less. but um, but hearing it in this way is fun. So there's a thirst has begun, his shipmates blame bad luck on the mariner. About his neck the dead bird is hung. And that's the thing, the albatross around the neck, right? So it's gotta be where this story of the albatross around your neck comes from. I've heard that before too. I don't know if that comes from the poem or if it's from somewhere else, but water, water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Um, um, where all I've heard that before, but I've definitely heard that before. Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. Okay, wait. So there calls the mariner. There comes a ship over the line, but how can she sail with no wind in her sails and no tide? See, onward she comes, onward she nears out of the sun. She has no crew. She has no life. Wait, but there's two. So it's a ghost ship. So they see a ship coming and they're in need of being rescued. And here comes a ship, but this is a ghost ship. Um, Wait, but there's two. Death and she, life and death. Death and she, life and death. They throw their dice for the crew. She wins the mariner, and he belongs to her now. Is she death? Death and she? But is she also death? No, the crew one by one, they drop down dead. 200 men. She lets him live, her chosen one. So the mariner, the ancient mariner, is the one who gets to live. Okay. It's like almost like a lullaby. Oh, I can hear the ship creaking. That's cool.
One after one, by the star-darkened moon, too quick for groan or sigh, each turned his face with a ghastly pang, and cursed me with his eye. 4 times 15 living men, and I heard no sigh nor groan. With heavy thump, a lifeless lump, they dropped down one by one.
This part is so soothing and haunting at the same time. Do you hear that howling note at the end there? The way it rings out.
The color-set lamps on in their eyes. The mariner, he wished he died.
Stop that right there because that was the end of the verse, and I wish I had stopped it. Oh.
Into the sea, then down it falls, comes
Okay, before we get into a solo proper here, because the Genius says there's a guitar solo coming up here. So I'm not looking at the annotations on Genius because I prefer to try and figure this stuff out on my own. It's like a Sudoku puzzle as I get older. Tried to figure this stuff out on my own. It's good for the brain. But the curse that lives on in their eyes, the mariner he wished he'd die. He was the only one still alive, but he wished he would die because he could still see the curse of the albatross in the eyes of all of the dead men, his dead crew, along with the sea creatures, but they lived on, so did he. The sea creatures lived on, and so did he. And by the light of the moon he prays for their beauty, not doom. With heart he blesses them, God's creatures, all of them too. So he's finding love in his heart for all of these creatures that he maybe previously didn't care for, like the albatross. Then the spell starts to break, the albatross falls from his neck, sinks down like lead into the sea. Then down in comes the rain. So the albatross drops from his neck, then the rain starts, and then this instrumental break starts. And now we're going to get back in, and that wail, that then down and falls comes the right. I don't think I could get that high. If I could get that high, I'd have to scream. Right there. What a scream. You know what this reminds me of? And I'll probably get roasted in the comments for this, but this part here reminds me of Rush. It sounds like something that would have been on 2112 somewhere or something. Which is the only Rush album I've heard all the way through. I've heard a lot of their singles off of other albums, but maybe I should react to a Rush album or something at some point. Anyway, that's, but it kind of reminds it that dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Did they switch off solos from one guitarist to another? Okay, so the seamen are coming back to life. This crew is coming back to life. They're zombies now. Hear the groans of the long dead seamen. See them stir as they start to rise, bodies lifted by good spirits. None of them speak, and they're lifeless in their eyes. That's zombies. And revenge is still sought. Penance starts again, cast into a trance, and the nightmare carries on. Okay. Okay. That was quite a journey. Um, yeah, the solos were incredible in this. Storytelling is amazing. As with every Maiden song that I've heard, the storytelling is amazing. Of course, Bruce's vocals are outstanding. Um, this was a lot of fun. This was a long song, but it was a lot of fun. It didn't feel nearly as long as it actually is. That didn't feel like 13 minutes of of song to me. Um, this was great. I, what's next from Maiden for me? I've done The Prisoner. I've done Hallowed Be Thy Name. I've done this. So what's next for me? Tell me in the comments what comes next. I definitely intend to listen to more Maiden and react to more Maiden on here. So anyway, if y'all stuck around this long, then please leave a like and comment and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. And until next time, y'all take care.